Hey everybody, it's Dr. Julia and Lorelei.
Hello.
We are starting a weekly video series
Yes.
on what we observe every week. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Weekly feels better than daily. I don't have that kind of commitment in my body. So I wanted to start first by just talking about something we have noticed, which is the pain patterns that people seem to be having over this last week. And it's related to neck, shoulders, ribs. Everything is related to dominant side usually. And I've talked about this in the past, but I think it's just incredibly important because most of the people that I saw this week with this were young girls and women. And so I wanted to talk about that because we're in a pandemic right now, or we're not in a pandemic. I don't know. If you look at numbers and you do all those things, you start to really question like what's real, what's actually happening here. Either way, we're in a safer at home executive order. So what that brings about, I think, is some emotions that we're not used to feeling. And so the commonality that I see is moms who are at home and they're trying to work. A lot of them are trying to work and do homeschool and be at home with their kids all day. That's a lot. And then I see corporate women who are go-getters and can't go get right now. So in summary of that, I mean, there's a lot of people who are struggling with a lot of different things. Conversations that I've had this week about feeling your feelings and not comparing yourself to others. Your situation is not worse or better than anyone else's. That's just the bottom line. So I was talking with one woman who works in a field where there's a lot of comparison. She works with kids and adults alike, and she was comparing her situation to somebody who she claimed to be more almost like destitute than her. So she was comparing her situation, like I have all these things, I have food, I have shelter, I have somebody to take care of my son when I need him to or whatever. And then there's people that can't feed themselves. So she wasn't acknowledging her own feelings because she felt guilty about feeling them because those other people have it worse than her. That's invalid. That's not fair to you. And so the majority of this video is going to be talking about why we need to step up and do what's right for us. Not what's right for anyone else. Not whether it's selfish to stay home or it's selfish to go out, or there's zero judgment on anybody's choices. The point is, if you don't start doing things that are in alignment with who you are, you're going to crumble. And it is going to be my purpose to help people see that and then be able to then acknowledge it. In chiropractic, I see patterns all the time. And I am not saying that I am any kind of expert on anything, but when I talk about the nervous system and being balanced, nobody has to try to be in fight or flight right now. Everybody's in fight or flight. Everybody is getting their fight or flight response groomed to the nth degree. We need to try to be in that rest and relaxation more. And so what that requires is acknowledging how you actually feel about what's going on and then doing something about it, whether it's feeling the feelings, whether it's finding joy in something that you love. What that really looks like is a lot of you have had an HRV scan in my office. And HRV shows whether or not you're stuck in fight or flight. So it stands for heart rate variability. So it's looking for the energy reserves that your body has. So the stress response, what it looks like in your body. When you're stuck in fight or flight, your stress response is unbalanced, okay? You're in fight or flight, you're in the stress response more than you are in the rest and relaxation. What are things that help rest and relaxation responses? Chiropractic care, getting a massage, doing your self-care routine, meditating, praying, playing with your kids, like whatever brings you joy. Okay, now think of our current lifestyle as it stands right now. Our current lifestyle is that we have to stay home and we have to listen to the laws that are being set forth upon us, right? So you don't have to you don't even have to do anything and you're still in fight or flight, right? So what we're doing is we're dragging ourselves over to that rest and relaxation response, because in the center is balance. So fight or flight, fight or flight, fight or flight. Like your body thinks it's being chased by a tiger with your thoughts and traumas and toxins, right? Just your thoughts can put you there. So if you're doing more things that bring you joy, more things that put you in that relaxation response, you can groom it to be more aligned so that when you get to balance, you aren't hyper responding in fight or flight all the time. Your thoughts don't necessarily make you go into fight or flight if you're more balanced. So what I'm actually talking about is just grooming that response. The more you pull it into that rest and relaxation, the better you're gonna feel. And so it is like, I am giving you permission to do things you love so that you can feel better. And the other thing is that when you are there, you can recognize what you're feeling and then stop reacting. The point of this video is to help you see if you are reacting to your situation instead of doing some mild analysis and then choosing something, you're in fight or flight. So we need, like as a society, we need to get out of that. There's whoa, I'm out of breath. Oh my gosh.
Great.
Yes, Lorelei has a lot to say too, so I'm gonna hand it over to her.
Okay, I actually don't have that much to say, but I love it. So to go off of what Julia is saying, I think ultimately we just want to put our voices out there to let you see and know that we're here to support you in whatever that looks like for you. So if you listen to and just let the words she just said sink in, and if you close your eyes for a second and just think about your life right now, and you probably have been questioning beliefs, questioning habits, questioning your routine, questioning what you're doing or not doing. So if you have noticed during this time frame that there are certain things that you thought were really important that don't seem as important anymore, or something that you were kind of putting on the back burner or you weren't giving attention or a priority to, that you now realize, whoa, I really need to focus on this. Mm-hmm. This is important to me. And I think the biggest thing we want to stress is it's about you. What is important to you? What do you value? What brings you joy is not what brings Julia joy. It's not what she values. Maybe they're similar. Even her and I have very different values and things that we prioritize. It's about finding what feels good to you and trusting in yourself so that when this is over, quote unquote, you can make and continue sustainable change in your life that is authentic to you. Yes. So this is something we'll dive into a little bit deeper every week, but we just want to invite you to really take a step back. Are there items, whatever it is, clothing, furniture items, that you don't really even like, that you're keeping around because somebody bought it for you, or you feel obligated, or you don't know what to do with it? You don't have to keep or do anything that doesn't feel good to you.
Yes.
And this may sound like a really idealistic thought or way of viewing things, but we're being given a huge opportunity to live life a little bit differently. And that's going to look different
Yes.
for each of us.
Become more yourself.
Oh yeah, become more yourself
yourself.
is ultimately what we want to guide people in, and just show you, remind you to turn back to yourself.
Yeah.
And look to those people who you admire and understand that whatever it is you admire about them is something within you, whether you can recognize it yet or not. So I think that's all I have.
Perfect. Segue. Love. Let's talk about love. Okay. I don't know if any of you know what the Schumann resonance is, but the Schumann resonance is how we measure the Earth's vibrational frequency. They use it for all kinds of different things, but the World Meditation Day that was on 4/4 of 2020, the Schumann resonance had a huge white break in it. You guys, the planet felt our love that day. And it's being proven with quantum physics that consciousness does not just belong to us, it belongs to a collective. And so that consciousness, when we think thoughts, they come together with like thoughts because it's energy traveling. Energy collects and it puts out a frequency. On that day was love, okay? I mean, you can see it in different things, like the city line, the cityscapes are cleaner and there's less fog and smog and there's dolphins swimming up into the channels of Venice. And I mean, there's all kinds of amazing things happening because the earth has been shown a little bit of love where we're not just like consuming. That, number one. Number two, there's people all over that are trying to support the local communities. That I think you can absolutely see here. There is so much that people are trying to do, but again, I'm gonna circle back around to the patterns I was seeing this week. I think people just don't even know what they're supposed to do anymore. This is so unfamiliar. This is unprecedented territory, right? So this unprecedented calls us in to question within. And that's exactly what we're supposed to do right now. We are supposed to ask ourselves what we really want. So getting rid of stuff that doesn't, I mean, like, what's her face? That,
Marie Kondo.
Marie Kondo, like, sparks joy. Like, it's a real thing. And my husband and I are tearing down our popcorn ceiling today. And then we're gonna have it redone because it's falling. Like, they installed it incorrectly. And so in one of our rooms, it makes us crazy. Like, it does make me crazy. It really makes my husband crazy. Like, it's embarrassing. It looks like we live in a shack, like, whatever. And so we're having it, no, we don't.
It's beautiful.
But we're having it redone because it causes a fight or flight response in me. Regardless of how first world that is, I don't care. It's making me crazy.
Doesn't feel
I hate
good.
it. No, it feels awful.
Yeah.
And it's gonna feel so good when it's like knocked down, orange peel, and
Breathe.
smooth, and
Yes.
Modern. So really, I am talking about this kind of stuff. I am not talking about like, if you feel that a family needs your help, go and help them. Like, your heart is just you're gonna be like the Grinch. It's just gonna go so huge. Like, do those things if it's in your calling, if it's in alignment with who you are. And really, what I found, I was just talking to patients because everybody's kind of going through this right now, especially those people that came in with the shoulder issues and the neck issues. Really, like, doing more things that bring you joy in a time of stress, in a time of unprecedented stress, is going to bring you more in alignment with who you are, which then brings you opportunities that you couldn't see when you weren't in that alignment. Okay? I know this is a little bit foreign concept to some of you, and I just want you to know that we are absolutely here to support you in whatever it is that we can do. Obviously, I'm a chiropractor. Chiropractic adjustments pull you over into the rest and relaxation part of your nervous system. It makes your body put the brake pedal on. It's just one of the things. Lorelei does all kinds of really amazing meditations, guided meditations. So we're certainly going to post one on the bottom of this video. to help you come into more alignment with who you truly are, which is just being balanced. It's just, answering the call of what it feels good to do today. We can't even plan anything,
One day
guys.
at a time.
Oh, we can't plan anything.
day
Like,
at a time.
my marketing calendar is empty because I don't know what to do, because I don't know when I'm going to be able to see people in my office in big congregations again. That is okay. That's when innovation starts. That's how video series start.
Yes.
Like, we're on fire because we know that this is going to be so good for humanity if humanity answers the call. So
Yes. I love it.
we love you. Thank you for watching us, and look for that guided meditation that's coming your way. And peace and love and harmony. And I love you all.